Morning, Scott Emerson here again, another video. Today, I know we're all tired of the election, but I want to talk to y'all about the race inside the race. This year, because of the way Ms. Duck, our elections administrator, handled it, we have overvotes and undervotes. And that's why in some cases, like KBST and the Herald reported, let's say Stan Parker. Stan Parker was running unopposed and he got like 85% of the vote. It's not true. I mean, it is true, but he actually got 100% of the vote. So undervotes and overvotes. Overvote is if you push two buttons, select two choices in one race. And the undervote is you opted not to vote at all in a race. And what that amounts to is there are some races that there were very few undervotes, overvotes, and there are some races where there were quite a few. So I thought it would be interesting to talk about it. Now, we know this was a presidential election, and that was a very important race. So for the president, vice president, there was one overvote. Somebody accidentally made two choices. And there was 32 undervotes. So only 32 people that got a ballot opted not to vote in the presidential election. Interesting. Now, for U.S. Senator John Cornyn's race, there were three overvotes, and there were 235 no votes or undervotes. Now, that's pretty interesting. It's kind of like I don't know, could you consider it a none of the above? Or it could be an oversight, or it could just be someone saying, I don't know enough about this race to vote for it, so I'm not going to. So Jody Arrington, he had 320 undervotes and no overvotes. And then Railroad Commission had 348 undervotes and no overvotes. So we'll just go through all this, if it's okay with y'all. The Justice Supreme Court, place 8, place 3, place 4, they all had about 450 undervotes. I don't think y'all are worried about those. So Judge, Court of Criminal Appeals, place 9, had 503 undervotes and one overvote. State Board of Education, Jay Johnson won that race, but there were 473 undervotes. State Representative, District 72, that's Drew Darby. Now, he ran unopposed. He had 1,656 people not vote. He was the sole candidate in the race. Now, I guess you could put some of that off to well, nobody's run against him, why bother voting? But there were a bunch of people that ran unopposed. So let's continue on. Justice 11th Court of Appeals, Bruce Williams, he also ran unopposed, and there were 1,781. So over another 100 undervotes. People opted not to vote. Justice 11th Court of Appeals, District Place 3, there were 1,839 undervotes. And then District Attorney, he had 8,000 people vote for him. He ran unopposed. Hardy Wilkerson, he had 1,995 undervotes. So there's 1,900. He, again, was one of the people that were running unopposed. County Attorney, Josh Hamby, he was running unopposed. He had 1,733 undervotes. Sheriff Stan Parker, he was running unopposed. He had 1,548 undervotes. Then the county tax assessor and collectors, Tiffany Sales, 1,605 people opted not to vote in that one. County Commissioner, Precinct, District 1, Precinct 1, that's Elisa Saldivar, 104 people didn't vote, and one person voted for both, Milton and Elisa. Then in Jimmy Long's race, 1,845 people voted for him, 540 voted for Shiloh Salazar, and 115 didn't vote. Now, what an undervote is, you get the ballot, but you didn't vote. Justice of the Peace, Precinct 1, Angela Griffin, she had 1,522 undervotes. So it looks like people aren't voting because people are running unopposed. And then all of a sudden you'll have an unopposed race that everybody votes for. So County Constable, Precinct 1, District 1, there were 1,587 undervotes. That was for Neil Stallings. Howard County Assistance District, that failed miserably, 2,165 to 913, and 168 people decided not to participate in that, 168 undervotes. City Council member, District 1, was Nadine Reyes and Nick Ornelas. Nick is the winner in that race, and there were 86 people that didn't vote. 86 people could have swung that vote, but they didn't vote. For Roger Rodman and Cody Hughes, there were 225 people that opted not to vote, 225 undervotes. Now, these are the unofficial results. Nothing's final till it's canvassed. So in the city council member recall for District 5, 233 people didn't vote. That was for Camilla Strandy's recall. For Jim DePaul's, only 117 didn't vote. Now, in the mayor recall, Shannon won that. 563 people didn't vote, and 2 people couldn't make up their mind. They voted both ways, so we had 2 overvotes. And for the Big Spring School District, District 1, Tom Olagi won that, 124 undervotes. So basically, you can look at it a couple of ways. By the way, it looks to me like the least amount of undervotes, of course, was 32 in the presidential race, and the most amount of undervotes falls to well, hold on a second. Let me make sure. Yep. Hardy Wilkerson, 118th DA, 118th Judicial District DA. He's the winner. He had nearly 1,995 undervotes. So there you have it, the race within the race. I thought that was very interesting enough to, and these numbers could change as the official ballot, the official numbers finally come out. But that is pretty cool, I think, that many people went to vote. They all voted for the presidential race, except 32 of them. So 32 people, I guess, found local races more important, and 2,000 people, in some cases, found the presidential and the up ballot, the federal and the state races more important. So there you go, the race within the race. Pretty cool numbers to look at. Like I said, I've never looked at the undervote and the overvote before. And the good news is in Texas, an undervote doesn't count. It doesn't count as a none of the above. It doesn't figure into the percentages won. On these races, you take the large number and divide it into the small number, and that gives you your percentage. And so, like Edelisa Saldivar won with 872 votes, and Milton had 484 votes. It's showing a 59.69 and a 33.13. Well, that just adds up to 92.81, right? Because they had 104 undervotes, and that's 7.12%. That gets it to 100%. But those votes don't count. So that percentage climbs. Edelisa won by, let's say, 63.5%, and Milton Perkins had 35 to 36%. So when you see those numbers and somebody's running by for themselves, like Josh Hamby for county attorney, the paper and the Herald reported that he got 82.7% of the vote. No, he got 100% of the vote. The 1,733 people that didn't vote, their votes don't count. So there were 8,284 votes cast for him, and he got all of them. So he got 100%. Hardy Wilkerson got 100%. And the 1,995 that didn't vote for him just didn't bother. They didn't hardly want to vote for Hardy. So, or just because he was unopposed. So I just think it's worth talking about and looking at, and something we can look at while we're waiting on all these elections to finally be settled up. Boy, won't it be nice when the presidential election is finally decided. And I don't mean by the media, I mean by recounts and official election judges. So y'all have a good day. Peace out. And I'll see you, I don't know, the next city council meeting when we finally have everything canvassed and everything's official. By the way, the parade packets for the Christmas parade are now available at the Gold Rush. You can stop by the drive-through window if you want to be in the parade. The cost to be in the parade is a toy, a brand new unwrapped toy from wherever. All the toys get donated to Salvation Army. All the toys have to go to the Convention and Visitors Bureau just west of the Settles Hotel and across the street, 2 doors down from Mescal. Carry a brand new toy and then plan to be in the December 5th Christmas parade. So thanks for watching as always. I don't even keep count of the videos anymore. I'm just going to title this one under /overvotes. Thanks. Bye.